All right, you are looking in DFW and you're thinking you're going to buy new construction, and then you realize DFW is massive and you're like, where should we buy in 2024? So here's the thing. Today, I want to give you my top 3 areas, probably on the north and the east side, that I would say if you're going to buy new construction, seriously consider these spaces. I want to show them to you on the map, talk to you about all the details, give you some data, give you some information, hopefully help you make the best decision possible. So I'm gonna give you my 3, show you the map. If we haven't met before, my name is Zach. I sell new construction here in DFW. It's my specialty. It's what I love to do. I'm here to help you make the best decision possible when it comes to buying and building your next home. So come on, let's go to the map. I'm gonna kind of do these in reverse order. And honestly, to give you truthful, I don't really have a big hierarchy. So like any of these 3 that I'm gonna give you today, I think could be really, really great options. So here we go. Let's start with, let's go here. So number 3, here we go. My number 3 selection is Forney. So here's what I love about Forney. It is one of the quickest growing areas in DFW. There's a ton of new development. School districts are opening campuses like every single year. It seems like price points really, really flexible, honestly. So they've got stuff probably in the low 300s all the way up to 6, 7, 800. There's a ton of growth, ton of opportunity. Restaurants, shopping, you name it, it's all in Forney. My one downside that I would say if you're considering Forney is this right here. That's Highway 80. Highway 80 bisects Forney and cuts straight through the middle along with a railroad, right? So getting in and out of Forney is kind of a pain in the butt. Also, getting across Forney this way and coming back this way, it's not a lot of fun. People that live in Forney, they get it, they know. But for a really great buy in a place that has a ton of development, schools that are growing, area that's growing, and quick access back to Dallas, Forney, well, relative quick access if you can fight the traffic. Forney would be a top buy to look at in 2024. And of course, I'm gonna show you some details later in my computer, but right now, let's just go back to the map. So number 2 on my list is this area right here. So that is Rockwall, Fate, Royce City. So Rockwall County as a whole is probably the 2nd wealthiest county in Texas. So there's a lot of growth there, a lot of development, lots of really kind of higher end homes if you want that. Also, Rockwall ISD is one of the top rated school districts in the area. So you can get into Rockwall and look at all of those different things. Here's the real truth. There are parts of Fate that actually are Rockwall ISD, right up in here. That there's a couple communities in there that I think would be phenomenal to get involved in. Places like Montera, places like there's a brand new one called Avondale. We'll have that one coming up on our channel here soon. If you're looking at Rockwall, Nelson Lakes, Quail Hollow, another brand new community coming your way. South side, on the Heath side, Sonoma Verde, phenomenal option, great options in there. Or if you're willing to go a little further out, right here, you've got Royce City, several brand new communities coming for the next year, or communities opening their next phases. Creekshaw's gonna open their next phase, Waterscape's gonna open their next phase. Couple new communities that are popping up. They just built a brand new police station. They're building a 2nd high school. Lots of growth, lots of options here in Royce City. We did 3, we did 2. Probably number 1 on my list. This is the place that I would say there's a ton of opportunity for getting in early into several communities. You've got schools that are small, but well rated. You have a really good price point in a couple of these community areas. The biggest downside to this area that I'm gonna give you is you're gonna have to drive a little bit to get to shopping and restaurants. But if you're willing to trade that for really great pricing in really good communities, and even one of these communities like the school district is a 4-day school week. So there's that to consider. That might be worth having, right? And when I say drive, it's not even a super terrible drive, but let me show you. So number 1 on my list that I would consider for 2024. Let's go red. And I would come right through here. This is number 1. That is Lavon, Nevada, Josephine, Farmersville, Princeton. So this right here, this is Highway 78, and it runs directly from, this is George Bush, right there, you have this major road that runs through here, Lavon, Nevada, Josephine, and then it kind of continues up and it hits, this is 380. What I love about this is like, there's a lot of development going on out there. So we've got places like Lavon, we've got Trail, Meritage has a new community going in, Trophy's got several communities going in, there's stuff in Farmersville, several things in Lavon. Like I said, Lavon, we've talked a ton about that one. One of my favorite communities going in up there. I think it's going to be huge. It's going to have an on-site elementary school. Community ISD has switched to a 4-day school week. We'll see how that holds up if it lasts for a long time. So pricing is really well. I'm going to show you those here in a minute. But the downside is you're kind of a little further out, but you still have kind of access to get back to where you need to if you're commuting. Now, I wouldn't say you want to commute all the way over here. That's a no-go, right? But if you're commuting anywhere in like this general vicinity-ish, maybe not that far. Definitely this general vicinity or this general vicinity. Any of those three might be really a great option to take a look at. I'm gonna give you a bonus one just to make it fun. So my bonus one, if you're looking at buying, my bonus area is right up here. This is my bonus pick. Bonus. That would be Melissa Anna, right? I think there's a ton of stuff going up in there. That's gonna be a little bit higher on the price point, but I still think there's enough growth happening that it's a great place to get to, especially coming right off of 75 here, and you're commuting back down here. It looks really good. Could be a good option. The Enclave is one of those ones. Liberty, they're closing out of Liberty, but Highland has a brand new community going in up there. Also have right in this area here. So this is, we kind of went bonus and a Melissa. This one right here with this Princeton, McKinney, super good option. So Painted Tree is going in right in this area here. You have East Ridge right up here, which is a Trophy and Meritage community. Again, you're gonna make a little bit of a drive, but the trade-off is you're gonna save money on what you would spend on a house. So my map looks a little chaotic right now. That's okay. Let's actually grab a seat. Let's look at the camera. We'll look at some stats and trends for a few of these communities. I want to show you kind of what's going on with the statistics and also show you a couple builders that you might consider in each of these spaces. So come on, let's go hit that part. All right, we finished up the map. I told you I want to show you some stats and a couple things that might intrigue you in a few of those neighborhoods. Like I said, so we'll start in Forney, then we'll do like the Rockwall, Royce City area, then we'll do Lavon, Josephine, Nevada. Just kind of give you some perspective again, because I think it's a really great buy if you're looking in the new construction space going into 2024. So this is Forney, and I'm kind of a nerd for numbers and things like this. So what we're looking at is the growth of new listings that are split out just by new construction only. So we got new construction. Right now, this is just Forney. As we can see, this is a year-over-year trend line, and you can see how this is continuing to grow. It's plateaued a little bit as we've gotten toward the end of the year here, but we're seeing a ton of new development happening in Forney. I feel like every time I go out there, I am seeing more coming soon signs, more dirt being moved, more communities opening. Builders are doing a ton of stuff in Forney. So we're seeing new listings come. So we're peaking right here. We're at 991. I expect that as we go into 2024, that's going to continue to elevate as they continue to build more and more in Forney. If we take a look at sales price, again, this is just Forney over the last year. So this is figuring the median sales price. So May of this year, we were at 389, and we've kind of seen that fall a little bit. We're down at 356 as of the time of recording this video. But so that gives me a hope that Forney is still somewhat affordable, but there's also things on various different price points that you could see in Forney. Let's take a look a little bit at price per square foot. So 2023, February, we're peaking at 179. Forney's coming in right now 169. So we've dropped basically $10 per square foot over the course of the year. And then last thing for Forney, closed sales. So again, this corresponds with we have more communities being developed, we have more neighborhoods coming, and we have more listings. So it's like 700, 730. As we close into the fall, 840, 826 a month. And again, these are new construction sales. And this number two, as we look at all of these different data, for all the different data for all the different cities, this is only included in what's on the MLS. Some builders don't get their stuff listed on MLS because it either gets contracted, at dirt and it's not there, or they just don't cooperate with MLS. So the numbers are actually probably a little higher than what we're seeing here. But to give you an idea, in Forney, Forney, this is one of those neighborhoods. This is right outside of Forney High School. So you can see Forney High School here. So you're looking affordable. This is Trophy, and they are, like I said, popping up everywhere right now. 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,200 for 369, 374, 314. So let's take a look at this one. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,800 square foot house, single story. We said 314.9. Take a look and see. Primary, 2 bedrooms, and you get a study, 1,800 square feet at 314. This would be a very doable plan. This would be wonderful to get into as a potential first-time home buyer. Could be a great option. And again, with all the stuff going on right there by Forney High School, this might be a neighborhood to look at. So here's an option. Another option you've got is in Devonshire. Has some of my favorite builders in there, including Perry and Highland. So this is like a little on the higher end if you want to do the Devonshire. This is their 50 and 60 foot lots with Perry. So again, stuff that could be built a little bit higher end, 574, 624, 557, but also they have 40 and 45 foot lots. So even if we come back down, this is the new section for their 45 foot lots. And we said, hey, let's filter our results and show me things that are under construction. 424, 419, so 1,900 square feet, 424. There's options there in that space. Highland's got a few options in that community. So 495 on a 45 foot lot, 480, 493, 499. So there's a few options kind of in that low to mid 3 range, really moving up to the 456 if you want Forney. So that was at number 3. But again, downside being traffic is probably not going to be ideal, especially trying to go across Forney. Number 2, or the next one that we were talking about, was kind of the Rockwall, Fayette, Royce City area. Again, several different community options to take a look at in that space. We could look at, Quail Hollow. We could look at Nelson Lakes. We could look at Montera. Let me pull you all those different stats to show you as well. The cool thing about going like to Fayette versus going actually in Rockwall, Fayette's going to be a little bit cheaper, and Fayette has a bisecting line where half of Fayette goes to Rockwall ISD, half of Fayette goes to Royce City ISD. So if you're like, oh, we have to have, Rockwall ISD and we really want that, we don't necessarily want to pay the full Rockwall itself price, that might be a good option as well. And then of course you've got the same thing like we have in Forney, where highway intersects Rockwall. So you've got north and south, you've got Rockwall, and then, Rockwall, Heath, McClendon, Chisholm, all of that as well. So there's some good options out there. Let me show you kind of all of those things. I'm going to show you those same stats that we were looking at too. So here are the stats when it comes to, this is what I did by Rockwall County for all of Rockwall, and then I did Royce City as a city on its own. So I want to kind of show you this. So the blue line is Rockwall County, and the red line is just the city of Royce City. So homes for sale, as you can see, again, kind of peaked and it's dropped, but we have several new developments coming in this space. So this is going to, I think, probably be on the upward trend for next year. So we're looking at 358 average on new construction in Royce City. Rockwall County, you've got an average of 429. And then new listings, I expect that we're probably going to see this one. They're trending in the right direction. Like I said, we've got Rockwall has a new community. They've got Nelson Lakes, they've got Quail Hollow, they've got Somerset Ridge. There's several others that are coming in mid parts of 2024. Fayette's got Montera, which is about to put its first families into that community. Avondale, that's about to open. There's Edgewater. If you're looking in Royce City, the next phase of Creekshaw is opening up. That's David Weekley, that's Kay Hovnanian, and Highland. You've got Waterscape, which has several options, TriPoint, Highland, History Maker. There's several options out there. So you're going to see these continue to grow. There are a few new communities that I'm expecting to see open first parts of 2024 and later on into the year. But to give you an idea too, let's do price per square foot for here, just because we did it in Forney. So we were looking at 169, 170 out there. Out here, we're looking at about 181 and 168. So really on par with that option as well. And then of course, let's go to our community maps. Again, Highland, if you've been around my channel, I'm a huge fan of theirs. Love kind of what they do. So we looked at, we're looking at Devonshire. If you want to go Sonoma Verde, Waterscape, Creekshaw, Creekside, Montera, Quail Hollow. Quail Hollow is going to be a brand new community that's opening in 2024 in Rockwall, just off of John King, starting at 650, and they're going to have 62, 72, and 82 foot lots. So if you're looking for something in that space, this would be the neighborhood that I would consider. You've also got right in this area, you've got Gideon Grove. Like I said, that's where Nelson Lakes is going to be. Montera, this is Grand, Highland, Weekly, Kay Hovnanian. First phase is going and moving and grooving. So this would be an option. Tons of really great options out here in this Rockwall area. You got close access back to 30. If you who need it. Also on 30 is where we're getting both an HEB and an IKEA. So those have both already been confirmed. I expect the HEB will probably be end of 2024, first part of 2025. IKEA probably around the same time. So those are confirmed. They're coming. Go ahead and get here now before everybody else realizes that it's coming, and take advantage of that. Let's keep going. Let's go up a little further and let's do a couple things in Lavon, Josephine, Nevada, Princeton area. I'm gonna show you that. This next area, like I showed you on the map, I think is probably the one that I honestly am the most excited about. It's a little bit of a drive, but I think there's some really, really great potential to get in on something pretty spectacular out here at this time. So this is that like Farmersville, Lavon, and I'm kind of counting Farmersville, Lavon, Princeton. So basically up 78, like we were looking at on the map, to about 380 or so. So let's look at the stats on this one and see kind of where we're hitting for them. Blue is Farmersville, red is Lavon, green is Princeton. I wanted to start actually, so this is new listings. So I want you to see kind of again how this is growing. So Princeton is leaps and bounds leading the way. New listing continuing to grow going into 2024. Farmersville is going to jump on this as well with the opening of Lake Haven. That is the newest community that's going out there. And then Lavon is going to be shortly behind with the south phase of Lavon and a couple of other communities that are coming in 2024. Good thing about this space here is I know for sure Lavon, which is Community ISD, because that covers Lavon, Josephine, Nevada, and Farmersville, which is Farmersville ISD. Both of those are actually 4-day school weeks. So if you're looking for something that has a 4-day school week, those would be something to keep in mind. So we're seeing this grow in Princeton as of right now, 862 on new listings for new construction. And that's not even including everything. But what you'll see is if we look at sales price, we're still, so Princeton is still averaging 329, Lavon 414, Farmersville 408. So not crazy for what I'm going to show you in terms of like the housing. So that's sales price. And then let's do price per square foot. We're coming in actually a little higher. So we were at 169, 170, 174. But right here, 175, 174, 183 in Princeton on price per square footage. I think those are going to continue to be about the same for now and as people move out those directions. But see, this is the number we're talking about, right? Closed sales, right? So you can see Princeton, Farmers, they're all on the rise, kind of moving up, moving up, moving up. And then November closed sales 624 in Princeton. This is not even just resale. This is just new construction that we're talking about. We're not even talking about the resale market. So I'm just wanting to show you the new construction space and what's going on there. To go back and talk Lavon, we've talked extensively about Lavon and what's going on out there, the amenity centers, the resources, the school that's going to be on site. There are tons of options of builders. So the first phase, Lavon North, was just D.R. Horton and Pacesetter. Lavon South is going to be Pacesetter, K. Hovnanian, Trophy, History Maker, Think Union, Maine. There's several options out in the South, but I want to kind of show you this. So, because Pacesetter has a few different options that you could take a look at. So they're going to have duplexes if you wanted to do that. They have smaller traditional 40-foot product. They have a courtyard product, and this is a very interesting one. They've done this in a few different communities. So basically you have a detached garage on the front end, and it makes a courtyard so that you have one yard. So if you're somebody that's like, hey, I just don't want a ton of space to maintain, or I don't have to mow it all or whatever, like this could be a really great option in this product line. And you can see kind of where those prices start. And then of course they have traditional 50-foot products. So big fan of what they're doing. Also a big fan of what K. Hovnanian is doing in Lavon. So they're carrying the higher end, larger lots. So this one, for example, is probably one of my favorite floor plans that they have out there. This is the model in Montera, but you get a 3-car tandem, home office, media room, 4 bedrooms, plus a quote unquote activity or a game room, a vaulted like sloped ceiling, huge covered patio, and then again, 3rd-car tandem. And this one right now, they've got it priced out at $525. So really some great options there in that community. 525, 2,800 square feet, 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 3-car garage. And again, bedrooms, game room, media room, off, like it checks all the boxes plus the 3rd-car tandem, and they design a really beautiful home. So those are the 2 builders that I'm really the most excited about in Lavon and Lavon. I want to show you really quick the piece of Farmersville and then a piece of Princeton as well. So the next thing I want to show you is Lake Haven. We just did a video on this. We were out in that community kind of showing you around there. So this is the Trophy website. They've got 40, 50, and 60-foot products. Give you an idea, they've got like a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,300 square feet, feet. This is on a 40-foot lot, 274.9. So you're wanting to be under 300 and not have to be way far out. This could be an option as a great starter home. So 274, but also things, another 274, 269, 1,200 square feet, but also on the larger side, 5-bed, 4-bath, 2,900 square feet at 450 or 337, 274. But I believe, so this is it. So 5-bed, 4-bath with a 3rd-car garage, like 450, almost 3,000 square feet. Great options, because this same house, honestly, if you were looking in, you were going north, you were in Frisco, you were in Aubrey, this house is probably 600 or 700. So you can, if you're willing to trade for the drive, you might be able to get a really good deal, especially in a first phase of a community. And then even going up even further, if you're like that Princeton, McKinney, 380 area, I would tell you we could look at things like Painted Tree. That's a brand new community. East Ridge, South Ridge, all of those things kind of right there along 380 as you move towards 75 would be really great options in this side of the neighborhood as well. You've stuck here this long. We could do Anna and Melissa. That was kind of a bonus one. I'm just going to tell you, I think that's probably your most expensive buy outside of like Rockwall proper. What you're looking at up there is probably going to start in the high 4s into the 5s and 6s, but really great options. Anna is another 4-day-a-week school district. Melissa is investing heavily in their schools. So if you're looking for those schools that are growing and they're rated well, and those communities that are growing and rated well, and you're wanting easy access, back down 75, those would be options to take a look at as well. There's a ton of information. I get it. If you have questions or you want to talk or you need help, my contact information always is at the bottom of this video. I'm here to help, here to answer any questions, here to help make sure you get into a home in 2024, because it's probably going to get a little bit chaotic if I'm just being honest. My goal is to help make that happen for you. But I can't do that if you don't reach out to me. So again, contact information right there. Call, text, email, whatever you need. It's there. Happy to help any way that I can. Also, you want to browse homes and you just want to start looking, there's links to do that down in the description below. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. We will see you in our next video. I'm excited to continue to show you things in these communities as they continue to grow. So we'll see you next time. Bye for now.